go to secondary school. Some of them are lagging behind. Today, some of them are hopeless walking on the street without any life in them. In fact, I made a case for the boy from Adoso, Thomas Amweni. This boy is from a family of 10, very poor. In fact, when Dr. Bamiyan came for Eastern Regional, his mother was on the campaign platform praying the good people of Ghana to vote for the NPP, because this VSHS has touched his family and has brought out somebody whose career would have submerged, a potential who would have been a leader for this country. Career would have submerged more for free SHS. And it cut across virtually every home. In fact, there is no single home in this country called Ghana that has not benefited from free SHS. So this is not vote buying. This is one of the most important human resource development policy ever to have ever hit this country called Ghana. And I think we need to protect it, come what it may, by voting for the NPP.
Thank you very much, Edem.
Just as I said, this is not enough to keep the NPP in power. If we are talking about policies that have affected people and all that, we're here when money needed to revive banks. You spent more than that to collapse them. So that is not enough. And if you talk about affecting lives, we can talk about that one affecting lives more than anything.
Has Ghanaians benefited from free SHS?
Yes, they have.
No?
Every
Thank you very much.
I have relatives who have been to school from free education.
Okay.
So that is it. But just my call is for the infrastructure. You see,
thank you.
There is no difference between your kitchen and then the science lab of Ilokrobo Senior High and Maniakrobo Senior High. I'm telling you for a fact.
Do you know my kitchen?
I know the normal tools that are supposed to be there. Our science lab do not even have it. You get my point. And we've had NDC governments come. Zero. NPP government, zero. And we have
so one draw.
Like, you see, some of the things, I hope we can look at them without political lenses.
Okay.
We have old students
yeah.
who have gone through these schools. You see, when you go to the big schools,
come back home and support your alma mater.
Chapi government, they draw schools on.
Yes.
It is old students.
Yes.
Even some of the big schools, you cannot be a headmaster if you are not an old student.
Same in my old school.
That is it. So you know what your people want. You have that love. Are you getting my point? So these are some of the things you should be looking at. I've been to the university, and then my mates I met in the university, I spent 3. From Ilokrobo, I met just 1. He was my senior. I'm telling you for a fact. I don't know if he schooled in these areas. He would understand what I'm saying.
Makrosek.
Schooled in Makrosek. It is always between Ilokrobo and Makrosek, Banta. It ends here. You go to places, even the outsiders who attend our schools, it is the gangs. See an outsider in our schools, it is the gangs. But just look at other schools. Let's look at the infrastructural development. We are far behind. And I think these are some of the things our leaders should be doing, honestly.
Thank you.
Okay, Madam Soyo. In fact, this government has prioritized education, and it has always been at the fulcrum of our development. If you see the modern STEM schools we are building in this country, in fact, it has never happened before. And it is because we are giving priority to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. If you go to Abomosu, you are going to see one of the best STEM schools. In fact, now, even JHS level, the Minister for Education is changing the face of education. Because look, sometimes he tells you if the classroom does not appear appealing enough, it doesn't encourage the student to also patronize it. Today, if you go to a village on the Yellow Stretch at Gama or something, it was in the news. It was in a terrible shape. Today, as I'm speaking to you, the school has been completed, fitted with modern facilities for the students to be taught on SIM. Today, as I'm speaking to you, under the hard-working leadership of this government, all chalkboards have been replaced in schools to marker boards. You understand me? We are making sure we are going to give tablets to every secondary school to enhance, to facilitate and enhance teaching and learning. And these are some of the innovations you are bringing on board. Again, if you go to technical schools, this government, as part of its initiative to develop TVET schools, they've been fitted with modern facilities that fit into the 21st century of development. In fact, if you go to University of Ghana Engineering School, Toyota Assembly Plant has come to establish a plan there that at least when the students are done with the typical chew and pour thing in the classroom, they go back and learn the technology in the classroom. And that is the innovation the Honorable Osei Duchum is bringing on board, to at least be, our people should be technically inclined, because that is what is moving the world. We've done this chew poor and pass for years and it has not given us results. This is the time for us to invest in cement. That is what the NPP government is doing. That is why we're saying to safeguard our gains, there is no option than to vote for the NPP again. So that at least we can continue from where our 8 years tonight ending, so that we can do more. So that in the next sets of development within 5-10 years, we can have technocrats, we have big men all over the place.
Thank you very much, Ozor. Thank you very much. Do you believe in Afrobarometer's report?
I do. I started last week to say yeah.
Yes. 85 Ghanaians want free SHS to be maintained.
85% of Ghanaians.
Yes.
It's
an Afrobarometer's report. What is your take?
It would actually be more than that. For the maintenance, perfect. It has to be maintained. As I said, I never expected it to bloom like this. But then here we are. And then we can't hide all our failures and then be standing behind free SHS to say we need to continue it, we should be voted for. What has been your contribution in other sectors? Agenda 111, how far with it? So this, if you look at the state of our economy, someone who promised to take us from taxation to production, where are we now? Where do we stand now? So free SHS is not enough to save a sinking government. But it's never enough.
Your take.
We are not hiding behind free SHS to make a case for ourselves. In fact, we've done a lot as a people, as a government. In fact, when we were coming to government, your government, as part of the IMF arrangement, placed embargo on employment. In fact, nursing trainees who completed school in 2014 sat home. It was through this government that they had employment. Teacher trainees sat home for years. It was this same government. In fact, as I'm speaking, we've employed over 100,000 teachers in less than 8 years in government. In fact, same with the nursing, we've done same, and other technical staff. I can even remember when you were in government, teachers taught for years and you only paid them for 3 months. Today, the NIA was not visible NIA award. Today, we've created a separate office for NIA. We've recruited people in their offices, district offices. Averagely, they are doing about 4 offices. So multiply 4 times 261 per every district. The region is even out. Go to the regional offices. The numbers that have been employed there across the country, now we have 16 regions. Granted, I will assume that in every regional offices they have about 20 staff. Multiply that times 16 people. Look at the numbers. Because of free SHS, look at the additional teachers recruited into the system. You understand me? So nobody is hiding behind the failures. In fact, we've done a lot than what you did in your government. We've created 2.6 million visible jobs. As for the indirect one, we've not even come to them. I'm stating the direct one we've created. You understand me? Look at the people now. Aside that, we've given tools and whatnot through Ghana enterprise agencies that they are able to develop the artisan base. So, my sister, we've done a lot, and we are not hiding behind free SHS. We've done a lot behind free SHS that have given the people.
Thank you very much, Edem. The Financing Africa report by the Mo Ibrahim Foundation has ranked Ghana as the second best country on the African continent with the highest quality education. What's your observation?
With the quality in education, I doubt. You see, for the first time in years, this is the first time Legon threatened to sack students with GPA below 1.0. Yeah, we've sat in class with people, and the level of education now is worrying, especially if you consider the kind of apps we are getting in schools now. I was in final year, about to complete before we knew of ChatGPT. But you can imagine the emergence of it now. There are apps that provide answers within the shortest possible time. And these are apps that are just supposed to aid us. But because of laziness and complacency, students have jumped on these apps now, and then that is all they use. You get students from this particular terrain, and then they hardly make critical submissions. They hardly make very critical and then positive contributions to conversations. So the level of education, if you have to check results and all that, for that they are doing well. I don't know how, the skirmishes and all that. But then when you meet them personally, you realize, no, we have a role to play and then we have a lot to do. Mentality-wise, the way they think, their submissions on national issues. And even this is the type of students we are producing. Last time, Prof. Jampo made a comparison, and he was comparing their time in school, how university students were actually engaged in national activities or national programs. Now you don't see that. they are not even interested again because of the way our politics is going. And then the 2.6 million jobs, I don't know which kind of jobs, because I know Chicken Man Pizza Man has even created more jobs than this NPP guy.
Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. You know, I'm happy you are not likening the so-called quality issue to free SHS. You know, this issue has always been there before being to university and whatnot. Somebody who is committed to learn will always learn. Somebody who is not willing and ready to learn, you cannot do anything about that. Besides, look at how the patronage of National Science and Math Quiz is ongoing. Previously, the attention was not there like how it is now.
Now we can contribute to social media.
Exactly. That is what I'm saying. Now you can see the passion with which people want to patronize the program, because people who even don't have science backgrounds want to watch it and see the brilliance on display. And I think it's a good thing. These students, when they go outside, they are doing terribly well. Some within the face of engineering, some within the face of medicine and whatnot. You know, it's about the commitment of the person. You understand me? When I am sent to school, I know the motivation to why I'm sent to school. I'm sent there to go and learn and to come and replicate or come and help develop this country. But if I go and play there and come out with a poor result, that is upon myself, because the teacher can force me for all what he cares. But he will certainly will not sit in the exam room or will not end the future with me. So if you are not ready and willing to help your own self, nobody can do that for you.
Thank you very much. The last question before we switch to the next topic. Is the NDC planning to cancel free SHS should they win power?
That's never true.
Why are they not supporting the passage of the free SHS bill then?
I don't know about that honestly, but then cancellation is never true. The only thing we've openly said and admitted is review, which he even today has confirmed that at least there are a few touches, if not many, that we are supposed to do on free education. It is not as perfect as we want it to be, so some of the things must be touched. And to me personally, if I had my own way, then I believe you should earn your place in the schools. Yes, I don't believe education should be wholesale. If we are to talk about everybody paying taxes and all that, that is not enough reason for everybody to be in school. For all you know, there are some bad nuts in there that come there to influence others. And that is the issue now. You see, if we have a great cap and you are able to hit that cap to school, there's some kind of pride. You know, I earned this spot. So if you know you actually do not have anybody, you have to push harder and get your spot in the schools.
Thank you
so
very
my only
much.
problem is the wholesale.
Okay.
I believe every Ghanaian growing child of age should be given the opportunity to attend school. It is imperative. It's very, very important. I understand you. Every child of Ghanaian school-going age should be equally be given the opportunity to school. Because look, Madam Soyo, if you are able to have secondary education, it places you on a certain pedestal. It takes you to a certain level. You know, you cannot use grade alone sometimes to judge the performance of a student, because a lot goes into exams. Somebody can be brilliant. I know a senior in Makrosek, one of the fantastic science students in school. But when his results came, he performed terribly bad. Ask the reason why it happened so. So it doesn't necessarily always mean have to be a cut to show whether the person is intelligent. It's about giving the person the opportunity, whether the person can express him or himself or justify him. If the person is not able to justify him, you have a question to answer. But otherwise, placing a cap, I don't believe it's the way forward. Every child of school-going age should be given the opportunity to attend school. And I think that's the best policy moving forward.
Thank you very much. The CD said to appreciate soon adequate buffers in place, BOG. Ozor,
yeah.
The economic indications are not too good.
Yeah.
What measures is government putting in place?
Thank you.
One minute.
We've done very well as a government in our first 4 years to maintain the stability of the city. In fact, as at 2021, even late 2022, that was about 6.1 or so. That's relatively, if you see the depreciation over the first 4 years of NADO, it's about 21.3%. Meanwhile, under the leadership of former President Mama, it was around 40% or so. So that is there. Unto others, which you can see, but government will still come through, try to find the available means to stabilize the economy, so that at least everything will continue to be on the front pedestal. So, my sister, it's a good call. Yeah. No need for panic withdrawals and whatnot. We are good to go.
Actually, I don't agree with the politics of comparison, because the reason why we voted out the NDC was to give the NPP a chance to do better, as they said. You can't actually measure the state of our economy with the first 4 years, late 2022, and then maybe the early days of your government. If you talk about external factors, we agree, but our economy is suffering more than Ukraine. We are not the only country COVID hit. But look at us today. We can't only associate the bad state of the economy to these external factors. The main reason we are here is mismanagement and carelessness and recklessness. When we had no money and our economy was suffering, our president was flying in a presidential jet. He was living like a sheikh. The jet goes, sits there breathing, waiting for him. By then, our economy was suffering. When we were supposed to be tolling our roads to fix other sectors, we sacked all toll workers and then cancelled our tolls. And then we were told that e-levy was going to create 2 million jobs. Here we are today. E-levy is still being collected from us, and it is the most satanic tax that has ever been introduced in the history of this country. I'm telling you, Ministry, because if you have your own money and to withdraw, even to send to your own bank account, you are supposed to be taxed. I don't know how to call this, all this. And even let's look at the cathedral, all the money is pumped into it, and then you see our economy suffering because of external factors. It cannot be so. It is mismanagement and then recklessness. And then that is enough reason, because it is the economy that moves this country. And you promised to do better. And when it was at 4 cities, we saw all the lectures. You asked 170 questions. Today, you cannot answer your own questions. John Dramani Mahama just asked 5. Rhetorically, you've asked over 100. And that is not needed. When you were in opposition, you went to marketplaces, you went to schools, schooling people on how the economy works. You are the leader today, a leader of the economic management team, and this is where we are. So this is
our last question. What are the causes of the fluctuations in foreign exchange? Can the causes be addressed?
Oh yes, certainly. You know,
in a minute,
as I've stated, you know, during January, mostly the multinationals do repatriation of their profit and whatnot to countries they want to take loans and whatnot to do business. These things affect the city. Besides, now we've dollarized the economy because estate developers, they are taking everything in dollars. Virtually every sector, everybody is taking dollars. Again, if you see as part of the monetary measures to tame inflation, now the dollar is by the American people. And the American dollar has become a very interesting place to invest. Because if you see the policy rate adjustment that is done to tame inflation, always it's having a toll on the dollar. In fact, BRICS, the Russia, the South Africa, they've met recent times, and they are like the dollar is really controlling it because even the euros and the pounds are struggling against the dollar. So what do? Let us use gold as the alternative to back our currency, so that at least we can substitute same, and through that at least you have a fairer ground.
Are you trying to say if multinationals are giving gold in place of foreign exchange, will that stabilize the CD?
Exactly, because
stabilize the CD.
Exactly, because this country is not a dollar country, and moreover, the dollar is a currency that belongs to a different country. So if you use that as an alternative, you give me the dollar, I give you the gold. You place the value in the same. Because the dollar, I've never seen it fall. It always keeps rising. That's if you check the market and the trends every time. It keeps moving. So that has been the narrative. We have good for air and good purchase agreement. These are two different narratives.
Okay.
In fact, if you can remember, they got to some point in time, somewhere in 2022, that was short up to 2024. It has to take the good for air policy to stabilize it to this current level. So you cannot underplay the relevance or the importance of it as at the crucial time. Again, as I'm stating, the whole world is adapting alternative means to save his reserve base. So this is a good thing. As I'm saying, the Bank of Ghana is now having about 3 months and 4 days import cover. Even under days, when things where you claim we were in the rosy world, you did about 2.6 import cover. How was the state of the economy then? Why were you sacked? Why were you voted out? So, my sister, it is clear and emphatic.
Thank you very much.
We were voted out for not being able to manage it, like you said, and now you've done worse. So I guess you've answered your own self come December 7th. You see, they are just clueless when it comes to all these things, and then they hide behind English words to actually deceive Ghanaians when it comes to all these policies. You see, talking about gold for dollar and all that, you promised gold for oil was going to stabilize the prices of our fuel. What are we seeing today? The transport unions have threatened to actually increase transport fares soon. I don't know if I should get a camel or a donkey, because traveling now, it's a serious headache. And then to say this is somebody who actually promised to do better, that is my point. It is not a new person. This is somebody who actually told us that these are 170 questions. If the late Emisata was able to answer them, then our economy will bloom. Same person who set the questions can answer them. How possible? So sometimes I don't even understand them when they are trying to make up for these things. You have failed woefully. When it comes to the economy, they have failed in a way nobody ever envisioned.
Thank you very much. Kindly continue the parting words.
All right, so I'll say a very good morning to everybody watching me this morning, to my MP, Honorable Located LRB, and then my personal boss, Swam Linda, team coordinator, and then KTD Richmond as well. I think he's watching this morning. He's actually a brother. So I say a very good morning to them morning.
Okay, thank you, my sister. A struggling economy has been able to pay teachers even when they didn't go to school for years. Besides, under your watch, your economy did not struggle, but teachers taught for years and you only paid them 3 months. You cancelled teacher training allowance when there were no any disaster across the world. You cancelled nursing training allowance when there were no teachers, there was no disaster anywhere. Doctors who graduated from medical school sat home for years. You didn't give them employment. It was this government that is still struggling that was able to recruit them, continue to recruit them. So, my sister, yes, it is your debt that you accumulated. It is part of why you can. Yes,
you kindly give me a passing word. Those are your passing words. Don't interject in place.
So,
don't interject in place. Your passing words.
Economy, Mahama and the NDC have no idea. So, as for that, please don't come in because the ordinary Ghanaian knows his records. Even common light, he couldn't manage. What of a whole economy? So, before I claim finally, I'm pleading to the good people of Lower Manya. The NPP has been very kind to them, through the hardworking Honorable Simon Kwakutete. We beg them. There is nothing we can do to appreciate his good work than voting for him massively as our MP come 7 December. And through that, he and the hardworking Dr. Mahmoud Bami are going to change the face of the narrative. In fact, we've seen a lot. And if we make a mistake and vote for the NDC, the worst will happen. Because a former president who has been a leader of this country, he's telling us to give him honeymoon when he comes to government. 1 year honeymoon is gone. Another 1 year, you form your government. 2 years is already gone. What magic will you conjure in 2 years? Let us not make a mistake like we did in 2008 and regret it. Let us vote for the NPP. Let us vote for Dr. Bamia, number one, and Honorable Simon Kwakutete, number one. And we are rest assured that our free SHS is protected and I will consolidate our gains. Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, viewers. Let me say a big thank you to my guest, Edem Torkonu, National Democratic Congress Communication Team Member for the Lower Manyaklo constituency, and then Williams Ozor, the Communication Officer, New Patriotic Party for the Lower Manya constituency. Thank you very much for coming to YouTube. Let me say a very good morning to those people that they are watching, and all students must equally support their alma mater. Anchorites Kwame Ado of Quality Assurance and Anchorites Kenneth Kwame Thompson Dillis Finances, and to Anchorite Damboy of Multimedia, and then Anchorite Eunice Nye, the new headmistress of Tema Secondary School, and to Reverend Stephen Wengam, also Anchorite 1996. A very big thank you to you all for always supporting our alma mater, Tema Secondary School. Now, no Nisi Optima, nothing but the best. Once again, I say a very big thank you to you all. It's time for community focus. Remember, good governance are based on good policies. Your vote is your power. Your vote is your choice. Choose your vote wisely. I am Nana Soyo, and the segment was proudly sponsored by Glorious Natural Mineral Water. For bulk purchase, kindly call 0548 493 522 or 0503 130395. Glorious Natural Mineral Water, so refreshing. Ima Pamford is next. Thank you very much. Marego TV, the new experience with great insight.
Are you thirsty and in need of well-purified water to quench your thirst?